project. We actually work with online and blended learning, supporting schools all over North America. Happy to talk to anyone offline about that and help you learn more about some of the work we're doing. We'll talk a little more about that later. But we're here to talk tonight about blended learning. And one of the things that you'll often hear people say is something about the transformational nature of blended learning. In fact, you hear that term a lot thrown around in education. It's going to be transformational, as if there's some magic button or something, we plug it in and suddenly, wow, there's all this new learning happening. It can be transformational, but not as a magic bullet. And what we're going to learn tonight is that the way it can be transformational is that it can help you as a teacher to be able to make the best use of the time you have with your students, whether they're in class, whether there's learning taking place outside of class. The whole idea is that you're maximizing the time you have with them, you're creating new opportunities for them to become strong, independent learners, and you're teaching in a way that really addresses the needs of your students. And for the people who have started teaching in this model, transformation is really one of the first things that we hear when they tell us how great it's been teaching in a blended learning environment. The main thing to remember is that it's really not about the technology. Technology is a vehicle for incorporating good teaching and learning. And that's what this is about, and that's what I really hope will keep our focus tonight. And I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Jones, and then he'll explain a little more about what we're doing tonight.
Hello, how are you? We're having a good time? This is a great space. Let's give it up to Hobby Time. Rachel, let's go. Woo woo. Okay. So, really quickly, first of all, thank you, Gary. Gary is an awesome leader in the field of online and blended learning. The DigitalJLearning Network is amazing. I work for the YU School Partnership. I focus on schools, focusing on innovation, but I do focus on online blended learning, and I actually train teachers around the world in online blended learning. So if you're interested in that, give me a call and I'll give you someone to speak to. So there are a lot of models. People are like, what is blended learning? But a lot of people don't get it right. Really because it's confusing. There are different ways that range from basically fully online to very little online. I'm not going to go into all of these because today we're going to have sort of a taste of blended learning, a taste of one model that Gary and I believe is one of the most successful models in classrooms, which is the rotation model. So we're actually going to do this. Gary and I both get a lot of complaints when we do presentations about blended learning that we're just up here speaking, and loudly, and sometimes rudely, and you don't actually get to experience it, so we decided you're going to experience it. Well, guess what? There's going to be technical issues. You're going to get frustrated. You might hit the person next to you. And that's all the beautiful power of blended learning. The idea is that when we do this rotation, we're going to experience all the great things and some of the struggles with it. I'm looking around, I see Yeshiva High Tech representing. Can I get a whoop whoop? Rebecca Cohen, head of school. They do this model. They do a blended learning, and I'm sure the technology part of it is a very important part, and sometimes it's challenging to make sure that is taken care of. So what we're going to do is we're going to break up into 3 groups. Generally, a station rotation is 3 groups of students in the same classroom that rotate from different stations. From an online instruction, which you guys will do, to a teacher-led instruction, which I will be your teacher, I'm sorry, and to collaborative activities, which you'll really enjoy with Gary. So what's going to happen is, I'm going to ask you guys a little bit of, we don't have time to actually go 1, 2, 3. One group is going to come up here. One group is going to go right over here. You can bring your chairs with you or sit on the floor. You can come hang out. And one group is going to be
back in that area right, where is it? Right over there. That section over there. Raise your hand one more time, please. Thank you, Ari.
Thank you very much. And what we'll do is, even though you might, you're going to love what you're going to learn, when we're going to say rotate, you guys will all get up and rotate. We have put all the resources that we're going to give you online for you later, and Gary and I are both available. This is all we do. Pretty much my whole life is the field and you guys, and I don't even care about my 5 children and wife. So you can call Gary. Gary, I can't speak for you, but I know Gary's a hard worker as well.
It's actually 5 wives and a child.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, that's awesome. So this, by the way, if you have a device, you're going to need this for one of the rotations. If you don't have a device, you'll share it with somebody else. In the best case scenario in blended learning, children actually have one-to-one device. So we'll put that up here for now. If you guys want one group here, you guys can push each other, aggressively. And Gary, yes?
Yep. So the one thing I'm going to say before we rotate, the group that starts off back there, and as you rotate through that section, that's where you're going to be using the device if you have one. If you have a PDA, if you have a computer, if you have headphones, pull them out. We have a few extra pair of headphones there, but you're going to be watching a video and doing some other stuff, so anything we can do to keep it as individualized as possible, that'll be great. And again, we'll work with the technology as best we can. The rotation is going to go like this. Wherever you start out, there, we're going counterclockwise. So we will call when it's time to rotate, and then you're just going to get up and move counterclockwise to the next station.
So if you guys want to maybe just over here bring your chairs closer to me, I'm not going to use the microphones to start because that's rude. There's 2 other rotations here. But let's make this happen really quickly. You guys are awesome.
So, okay,
I'll be here all week.
So if you're just sitting in the middle, what you need to do is go to the closest station here where you're sitting. So here's A, B is over here with me, and C is over there with A.
It's a bit.ly website. It's bit.ly/iJED blend. We don't need it for this rotation, but it's where you get the resources later if you want. So if it doesn't work, ask us later. We'll give it to you. The access code for Wi-Fi, you want a conference Wi-Fi, and it's iJED. Yeah, it was weird. We didn't ask. They've had that for years.